Baby, this is do or die. Feel it in my veins tonight. Emotional suicide. You know it's an eye for eye.
To the table?
I was
No,
about to say.
we can chill right here.
Okay.
And there's a lot to discuss.
Well, we have a prospect, and a prospect can't be at the table, so.
Do we want to sing Kumbaya?
That's fine.
I mean,
if we're singing Kumbaya, I'm getting the firewood.
I mean, I'm down to go kill some Reapers, so it doesn't matter. I'll go up here. You guys can go to the table.
Yeah, I guess we go to the table now.
All right.
For an official, quote unquote.
Remember, leave your throne in the locker.
You're good. Just turn it off.
Yeah, I did something similar up in Sandy, except it has the trespassers will be shot thing.
Yeah, I saw that. That was nice.
It stands out a little bit more, and you can see it's from so much further away than our
Down
usual
a little
sign.
bit. Trouble.
Push over, push right.
I'm pushing over.
Which
There you
way?
To your
I'm
right.
just gonna wrap around the other side of the table. Hi, Michael.
Bye.
Everyone's shuffling into the seats.
Yeah, right. Be nice if we had the old HQ back, fucking where you could actually sit in the seats. You remember that shit, right?
Oh my god! It took us
was-
15 minutes just to get into the seats.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but it was not so when we could all sit down. All right, so
I mean, we could bring in a bunch of lawn chairs.
I know I didn't discuss this with y'all. All right, obviously this is fresh, so there's a lot to look into, and I don't want to look like a fucking idiot before we start going to war, because you already know the Vipers are going to be pulled into it as well. I've gotten an email today from Mr. Gully, wants to discuss some things with me, so I'm going to eventually be giving him a phone call, letting you guys know that. It'd be interesting to see what the man in charge has to say instead of all his little fucking peons that he's got running around, right? So,
Prez, can I say something about that?
yeah,
Just
what's
from
up?
personal experience. They're not going to be interested in getting into a blood war. I was telling this to everyone earlier. This is what they do. They're going to make money off of this. So generally speaking, at least from what I know them to be, which is just money grubbers and whatnot, they shouldn't be worrying about the actual physical conflict. They're going to be trying to get money. The only thing we need to do is figure out whether or not their relationship with the Reapers is still strong. Because I know for a God-given fact that Simon wanted the leader of the Reapers dead for the longest fucking time, and something changed.
Blue hinted that they were getting cozy with one another.
Oh,
That was about a month ago.
I'm just going to say this as a side note. Simon's days are numbered. Anyway, that's a different topic for another day. It'd just be interesting because they were up there at their new garage, and you know obviously they're going to be sitting at. And I'm going to let you guys know right now. Settled, we're going to have a presence in Pleto. We'll be driving around in Pleto. They will know we're in fucking Pleto, and that's going to start tonight.
I live there. No problem.
Oh, I know you do. I know where your house is at.
I'm short drive away, same.
Shit, I'll buy a house in Pleader just to drive around up there.
Point of order.
But 1 second before we do point of order here. 1 second, I just want to get my last thoughts out. So basically, this is what's going to probably sum up. You guys heard my thing I just gave them for 24 hours because this is so fresh. Okay, you guys have to understand. I hope you understand. But I mean what I say. 24 hours. And if we don't have that person, or they don't have it solved, we're gonna go solve it for them at any cost. If that's all good with the table.
I
Fucking I.
Aye.
Aye.
Well, I guess I didn't even have to put the vote. Is there what are you two here? Yeah. Karma wild card.
I would like to get off my point of order.
What is your point of order, wild card?
When the Vagos visited us earlier, they were talking about Reaper's poison. They were cozy with them before. They were making deals. and not for fucking drugs. You were there with me, and I'm sure Jay was there as well. Jazz, I don't know who else in this room was there for that agreement.
Karma.
Was she?
Yeah, Karma was there when we met out behind the Rex Diner.
I don't remember her inside. I apologize. But you know as well as I, Warden was there too. He heard the agreement that they aren't to sell guns past little firearms. Vagos told us they've been buying MP5s and AR-15s off them.
Well, did you hear that from the leader of the Vagos or their second in command?
It wasn't their leader. It was probably their second in command that came in and visited us.
Okay. If it's their second in command saying that, I'll believe that. I mean, it's no offense to their leader, but last time he said, when we talked to him, he said that he bought sticky bombs and shit for him. And I know he wasn't.
It still stands. We told them not to offer guns, and they still are. I understand the tensions are high with everything that's happened, with Chaz getting shot, but that should be more of a reason for us to take action instead of standing by.
We're not necessarily standing by.
"24 hours is a long time, and Vagos really want to hear what our intentions are. I think the point is already clear of what we should do.
They think they have 24 hours.
We're not giving them 24 hours there, Prez.
Once we get more puzzle of pieces, and I want to make sure there's more people on board before we start going, because we're just gonna. My plan is to move them off the fucking map. That's my plan. I ain't gonna lie to you. And we have to portray, because yes, one of our members got hurt. Yeah, they might be dealing in guns, but I will say this in all defense, and I can't believe I'm defending them. What organization does not deal in big guns and drugs and everything else, right? Every fucking organization in this state does that. Maybe besides the Ballers, maybe besides the Vagos. No, I'm talking about with guns. We'll just say guns. I know the Dukes deal guns. I know the Vipers deal fucking guns. I know the Reapers deal guns. We're not the only branch on the tree, right? Now, granted, what they said is they'll only do small arms. That's what they said to me, correct? Right. So I understand what you're getting at. But if our portray is to go after them for wars just because they lied to us about big guns, then we might as well go to war with all the other organizations who do big guns as well.
It's not about them selling guns.
Don't fucking interrupt me, Wildcard. I'm more or less talking about we have hurt members. I'm more worried about the lives than fucking guns. We can make money off guns anywhere in this fucking world. There's two fucking brothers. One about fucking died today. Another one's fucked up because of another organization who we're supposed to be quote unquote cool with. I understand what you're saying, okay? And I know you're fucking thirsty for him as well. But keep that anger, because there's going to be a time. I'll just open the table for discussion. I don't want to sit here for an hour and talk about this shit tonight. I want to start doing action. And I want them to feel our presence is around.
I have a topic of contention. It should just take a moment. I just want you to be aware of it.
Does it have to do with this topic here?
Abstractly.
All right, what?
Ballas came and spoke to us earlier regarding a shipment that they were receiving of drugs from the Reapers, asking for our direct involvement, participation, mediation, whatever the fuck it was. I don't know, it was stupid. To which it was discussed that it would be done in Mirror Park. And the last I know of this club is we do not deal with drugs, let alone disrespect our injured people by going and mediating a situation regarding another gang and the Reapers, the perpetrators of why they're those two people got injured. And it just seemed like there was a tremendous amount of not give a fuck or concern and just telling motherfuckers no. And why it would be okay in any capacity to allow a drug deal between a biker gang that we are fucking pissed off at and our allies at the Ballas on our fucking turf here in Mirror Park.
Well, South Mirror Park, that's Ballas turf, to be honest. They pay retribution for us to keep us happy.
I'm just saying though, because
But I was unaware of
yeah,
any drug deal going down, and we're supposed to be doing whatever, because I'm not going to be a part of that.
that's all I needed to know.
I'm pretty sure that goes against one of our bylaws, if I'm remembering things
We don't
properly.
deal in drugs, 110. So, I mean,
I was going to say, if they want a place to have, I guess, like a mediated deal, I could understand wanting to go to another gang's turf or just go somewhere that's no one's turf, but like us, no.
Just like to
That's-
remind the
that's a no
table
from me.
that the back of our patch does say Mirror Park.
Exactly. I don't know why they want to do it in Mirror Park. I know the Ballas hang out at that, what is that, like the little mechanic shop?
It
Like
wasn't
at the
there.
very end.
it's right there where that ATM and shit is, the bottom of the fucking
Like all the way
The
other
the
end of Mirror
lake.
Park Boulevard, right?
pond.
This
Yeah,
is going to be done at
that's-
570 in the cul-de-sac area.
Yeah, no.
No, that's
no.
no.
Okay, well, this is a
That's not- that's
situation
not
that was
okay.
set up and agreed to upon by their secretary.
Okay, well, I'll have discussions. We'll talk about that then.
Very well.
And as of right now, I'm putting an executive order in place to veto that order that he put out without the discussion of a table vote as well, so it is void.
So if this deal is going to happen, why don't we go over there and stop it?
What I don't know when is that happening?
It was supposed to happen earlier.
Well, I guess it might be a little too late now then.
Think we
Yeah.
should give our good friends with the Ballas a call, winner.
I already gave Spider text. They're supposed to, like I said earlier, they're supposed to be coming up. Right now, they're over at the VU reviewing. They said they were going to go to the VU to pull CCTV and stuff like that, and they said after that they were going to get with me, because we can use that CCTV as well as our advantage to press on their current issue as well. So I'm waiting for them, and we're gonna have a conversation. Because I mean, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I look at it, the Reaper's about to have 3 crews come after him. Like, and we've said this from the get-go. They're going to keep fucking around the hornet's nest, and then all the bees are going to come out of the nest, and that's what's happening. Like, they are going to implode themselves. Karma called that from day one.
Yeah, I've been saying this ever since they shot that ball at the Tequila La, that the Reapers have been fucking around for too long, and it's about time that they find out.
I'm all for it. I've been wanting their blood for a while.
Someone get that door.
Yes, sir. I'm coming. Come on in. Okay.
Oh, look
So
at that.
shall-
The man, the myth, the person I need to talk to.
Yeah, likewise. I could say the same thing.
Your ass is about to be on trial. What's this fucking deal that you set up?
With what?
You're going to be we're going to be mediators between the Reapers and the Ballers at 570, real close in our territory for a fucking drug deal? When was this going to be brought to the table and voted on?
I don't know. Whenever I had Cabinet with me. I had patched. I didn't have anyone else to help me make a good decision.
Well, if you have questions about the decision, then don't do it. What does our bylaws say? What does the thing about law say? I don't care if we mediate, shit like we did the other night. But for a fucking drug deal that close to home, we don't do shit with drugs. They can do that shit somewhere else. If something goes wrong, that's on them. That's the last thing we need. We already got fucking ATF up our ass. All right, that's the last thing we need is to get major crimes involved even more for fucking drug, or even equation for drug muling. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what's the laws doing there? They're gonna mule these drugs, aren't they, for the ballers or whoever's getting them? Anyway, that's a different conversation between cabinet officers. Okay. Obviously, it probably already went down, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Well,
That
we
sounds
weren't there.
Chris, yes.
Okay. I understand your position, but we don't fuck with that, man.
No, I understand my position, and it's frustrating not having the rest of the cabinet here to help me with that.
You have an email system, don't you? If you need advice, yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes it's better to have you in front of me.
Oof.
Well, just remember this: if it has to do anything with drugs, Hawk. What's the bylaw say? What's the history of the law say? We dwell in guns, not drugs.
I'm aware.
Prez, I gotta step out for something.
Yeah, go for it. Are you up to date on everything? What happened, Hawk? With Chaz and Scout?
Yes, I was there.
I've got two motherfuckers looking irritated here. Do you guys got something you need to get off your chest? Say it.
I'm gonna keep it quiet.
No, bring it to the table. That's why we're here.
It's the point of
We
the
don't
table.
keep grudges in here because that's how fucking mistakes get made.
Well, I feel like I'm failing my position. I feel like I'm letting everyone down. I feel like a decision I make wrongs everybody. And then it just ends up not working.
Since when did you make a bad decision other than that? I've made bad decisions. I'm just telling you. I'm reminding you. It was brought to my attention.
May I say something?
Yeah, the table's open. You guys don't have to be quiet. If you have something to say, say it.
So, every single motherfucker here has made bad decisions. We're all going to make bad decisions. But that's the reason why we come to the table, so we can talk about it, so we can get past it, you know? We're still brothers and sisters. We're still family. And no matter what it comes down to, like, we have to be able to hold each other accountable. And those of us that do make bad decisions, we need to fix it for the future. So the question is, Hulk, are you going to fix it?
I do my best. I always try to fix it.
You know, now we know in the future we don't make whim decisions to go and mediate a drug deal, period. No matter what.
Hulk,
Even if it is an ally.
I pulled you to the side to give you my expressions of concern relative to the situation that was being discussed. You ignored all of it. Why is that?
I don't know, Karma.
That sucks.
I get
Yes,
it.
it does.
Probably just trying to rub good shoulders and show a good presentation and everything. I get it. Your intentions were good. I'm just letting you know when it comes to drug deal, just don't do that, please. Okay? I'm not getting in your ass or yelling at you or I'm trying to embarrass you. I'm letting you know, brother to brother, please don't do that. You
I have
know
a
what I mean?
question for the table.
What?
I disrespect an enforcer, and I get told in 30 days if I fuck up, I'm dead. The secretary is going to try to sell or allow a sale of drugs on our turf, and it's like, just get the fucking foxtail out and sweep that shit? I'm sorry, but what?
Yeah, yours is a little bit more fucking major than what him doing. Because if you want to point fingers, you can point fingers at me for not directing or showing him the correct ways of what to do in a situation like that. So you can point the fingers at me. And if you want my president patch, here it is, put it to a fucking vote. If you want to go that route, because I'm the one to blame for that. I failed to mentor him in a freshly new position. I'll take responsibility of that. So if you have something about it, go ahead. I'll step out of the room, put it to a vote, and I'll rip my fucking president patch if it passes. That's no fucking problem with me.
It's not at all where I was going.
Well, that's where I'm going with it. I mean, that's my fault. I take fuck up for that. You, Karma, know better. Paul's like a fucking baby right now in his position.
That's an excuse.
That's not an excuse. That's fact. You know better.
No, that's an excuse.
Because you know better. You are always the one preaching respect to the patch, this, that, and the other, respect to the bylaws, and then you pulled that shit.
Yes.
Winter.
What?
His words just now, and with all respect to Hulk, I understand what you've been through, but you said I didn't have anyone else to help make a good decision. I understand situations pop up where the cabinet can't be around, but there was plenty of patched members to make a quick vote to see what the opinion was on this matter. Because discussing it with someone and then actually discussing it amongst ourselves are two different things. And I still respect you, but the fact that it's somehow other member of cabinet's fault that you didn't come to us patch members for our opinion is crazy to me. Because it just makes it seem like everyone else down further in this table.
Was you awake for this?
I was.
Did you express your words to
I
him?
didn't have a chance to. We did a gun deal with the ballers. I had to go grab them, so I wasn't there when this whole discussion was going down. But it makes it feel like everyone else further down in the table doesn't have a say in what we do, even though this is a democracy. And they made their opinions very clear after the fact. And I'm trying to speak for them right now, so that way they know their voice is heard.
Well, if Carmen, if you have a problem with what happened, then issue a fucking member challenge.
I pulled him aside and had a conversation with him out of respect.
Issue a fucking member challenge or get over with it. Right
Then
now, we got
I am
two brothers.
initiating a member challenge if that is what you request, President.
Look, Wildcard, you are correct. You know, and I told you I respect the hell out of my officers in patch. At the time, I had 3 different things. Now, this is not an excuse. Nothing I do is an excuse. 3 different things going on at once. I had them 2 out of the hospital. This was going on. Ballas approached us. Reapers this. Vagos that. Guess my head was just running wild. And that's my fault.
I understand that, but we just got to take a second and get the consensus on everyone else's thoughts. Because everyone else's thoughts is that we're breaking the bylaws by doing this and we shouldn't get involved.
And you're right. Being patched means you have a vote at the table. You are correct. There was plenty of us. I'm pretty sure everyone here minus Maple was there. Plenty of people to bring around the table. Say, hey, should we do this or not? No? Okay, cool. And maybe when they were discussing location, be like, hey, maybe Mirror Park isn't the greatest spot for a drug deal.
If we don't listen to the members, if we want to make decisions that are not based on a democratic vote, that are not brought to the table, these issues will propagate and build into bonfires. Time and time again, there's a lot of secret conversations. Patches aren't made aware of information pertaining to the club, which is very not good.
Yeah, I want to actually speak on that, Karma, if I may.
If I may finish.
Sure.
We all owe it to one another to be respectful to one another, to love and support one another. That's why I said earlier, if one person falls, who's responsible for picking them up? And everybody said that they were. We all owe it to one another to be that person for one another, unequivocally, unwaveringly, always. There are so many things that just get swept, or, President, I don't mean any disrespect by this, but you just adjudicate the formalities of it. It doesn't require a vote. It doesn't come to the table. All of these things have grave concern. When other patched members are told to do other things instead of be a part of a conversation that pertains to them, that shows disservice to their patch and to what they've done to get to that position. I would like just the consensus of this table to make sure that relevant information, issues that are brought to it, receive the same fairness that the bylaws state that should be adhered to without question always. That is all.
So, to essentially go off what Karma was saying, in my perspective, unless, the only time I think information, is to be kept, if you will, secretive would be like if it was just for cabinet at the time or officer, but then to be brought down to member. If we're just having a standard, chit chat, whether it's a bunch of cabinet or officer and patch roll up, they should have the ability to listen in so then they know what's going on, because it does us no good to discuss a topic right then and there and then have to mention it to patched before we execute said plan or whatever. And even if something is said in secret to officer or cabinet, it should be done here, not...
Punishments should be rendered at the table, not delegated by the head of it. Especially when there is a voting body present.
That's just my 2 cents on the conversations that, happen. Like private conversations that are not club related, that's different. But if it's club related, unless, Prez says, hey, I need cabinet at the table for a quick talk, anything should be delegated to patch right then and there. Because like you said, they've earned the right to, know this knowledge. They're trusted with the knowledge in the club.
Club wouldn't function without its member base, because all you would be is just top heavy and have too many chiefs and not enough Indians. And I would like for the cabinet and the head of this table to realize that that's a fact and start doing things that make this club better instead of damaging it.
What do you mean damaging it?
Not following your own rules. The ones you preach about, then you do the other. You do differently. I think it sets a bad example to your position and to our purpose.
When have I done that?
You illustrated punishment for Wildcard and I without a table vote, which I had requested for and should have been delegated as such.
If I could be excused for a second.
Yep.
Excuse me.
And I only bring that up because I care.
And
I
I
am
only
good with
punish
my
you because
punishment.
I care.
But I think things get glossed over. The removing of an enforcer patch should not be something that should suffer the same punishment as what I did. But the table will never know because it was never brought to vote. There was no consultation with the sergeant regarding that, as was stated, or the vice, or cabinet in general. It was an executive order that you placed upon it your own.
It wasn't an executive order. Did I not say? And if we want to fucking show proof, we can do that. Did I not say? Is everybody good with that? And no one said a single word.
If no one said a single word, then how would you know a confirmation or denial of what you asked?
You just want to go ahead and issue your challenge here? I told you, I'll step out. If you guys want to put it to the vote, if I'm doing a fucking terrible job, you want to put it to the vote, I'll step out. You can take your vote and let me know the validation of it.
I think as the president, you should be receptive to feedback from your members.
Karma, you always have feedback, and I always listen.
You kind of do.
Kind of my ass.
Very well. The president is so eager to remove his president patch and step out of the room, then he is obliged to do so.
Oh, do I have your permission for that?
You requested it twice now. Since you're so eager to take it off, please do.
Karma,
Yes, sir.
I know when you're being a sarcastic pain in the ass.
Oh, I'm
and
at
you're doing
cut
it
level right now.
Yeah, you are. More than once.
Accountability is a motherfucker.
Yeah, and I take accountability every fucking day. What do you do?
I don't even think you have the right to question that. Respectfully.
How do we go from talking about an issue on at hand to backlash in the last week's church?
You opened up the table for discussion.
Yeah, I was meaning on this topic. This is a completely different topic.
Will the president not be taking his patch off and exiting the room?
If you're issuing a challenge,
I
to
do
this
have a
position.
challenge for your position.
Okay, is that what you're doing? I'll leave the room.
Yes,
you
sir.
You can fucking vote for it. Go ahead. Vote away, Karma.
Jesus. Oh my god.
We'll need you at the head of the table then, Hulk.
You know, I've never, in my time in this club, I've never done a challenge. I'm gonna do my best.
I don't think it's happened a lot in this club, so we're not going
I
to judge you.
I mean, I
For
don't know
cause,
if
I am
this-
doing a vote of no confidence for the position of founders, president, sit-in president for this club. That should make it
So
easier.
what your challenge is you want a table vote, yes or no, if you believe you should be president of this club.
That is incorrect.
What is your challenge?
I hold no claim to that position.
She's voting on removal and a revote of the president.
All right. Well,
Change starts today.
I guess since the table's here, let's put out a vote.
Clarify the vote before it is called, please.
The vote is what you said. Having the patch removed off Winter and voting for a new president.
What's the cause?
Personally, if you're asking me,
It's a vote of no confidence.
whatever that means, but yeah.
Means that the president's authority is in question. It means that they are not doing things by the way of the bylaws and are not respecting the patch as such. So therefore,
Well-
it is a vote of non-confidence to remove them from that position and put someone in the position of those who can't.
Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome.
Does everybody understand the gravity of this?
It's pretty intense.
I think we should have a conversation about it before we just start putting in ayes and nays.
It's fine. This table, you have a voice.
Who would like to go first?
I will, VP.
Okay.
So here's my dilemma. Obviously, I haven't been here as much as other people, but at the same time, I think Karma, she obviously always makes good points. Like it's not a question about the points. However, it's the timing, and there's a lot of things that are going into account here. We have two people who have been injured by an enemy that we are thirsty for, and right now what we are deciding to do is put that all on pause at the expense of the membership that was injured to try and vote in a new president.
Can agree on that.
Isn't this table tired of having inaction for when our people get hurt? Is our
Now,
cabinet
that-
official here and our officers, wouldn't they be better versed to have the presence of those, to make decisions that affect these things in a more timely fashion?
I'm not speaking about the other cabinets. I'm talking about the Prez directly. With
Understood.
the Prez's instance, with the Prez's, like everyone else so far has done a phenomenal job. All right. But what I'm saying is, are we willing to cripple ourselves from the knees and vote in a new Prez in the midst of all of this when everything is finally starting to go haywire and sideways? We all agree, right? And I'm sure everybody at this table is on board with me saying this. Every single person can say that, yes, there has been a lack of action in regards to this. Now,
I don't want to
that's
interrupt you, but I
also-
want to make sure you're using your big boy voice. I can barely hear you over here.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Okay. So as I was saying, we can all say that there was a lack of action, right? That much is 100% certain. There's no question about it. However, at the same time, we have not experienced this level of magnitude and instability and tension in forever. Are we willing to absolutely ruin our higher ups in our cabinet? Because yes, you're right. Our cabinet is competent. They are doing their job the best that they can. But to move people from one spot to another might prove detrimental to our success and our survival in all of this. There's way too many moving pieces, in my opinion, for us to sit here and start ripping patches off each other. As well as, like I said, at the expense, we are currently sitting here discussing harming ourselves instead of harming those people who need it, who more or less deserve it.
I can agree to a sense, Jeff. But and I'm not trying to say Carmen misled the table. I think what she was referencing is, well, at least what I'm going to be referencing. I'm not sure if it was a part of what she was trying to say. Inaction is also waiting 24 more hours before we decide to do something. Inaction is like, I understand his idea of going up and showing our presence. Reapers show their fucking presence. It's all over Chaz's backs with bullet wound. I don't think we should wait 24 hours. And I understand it didn't go to a vote or anything, and that was just something said and discussed in the heat of the moment. But I feel like that's his intentions, is for us to just wait it out again.
Wildcard, mind if I add on to that?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, like, this 100% is still a vote, and I've already made my decision. But I think, honestly, what we should do is actually vote to waive that 24 hours, go up there now, and stomp their throats. Because you're right, the Prez did give the Reapers 24 hours. If we brought him back in here and we said that we do not want to wait 24 hours to make a decision, and we made a decision right here at this table that 24 hours is inappropriate considering the circumstances, I feel that that would be receptive. That's all. I'm going to close and move on to the next person.
Does anyone else have anything?
Got something.
Make sure you're loud.
All right, like Maple said, I'm kind of conflicted here with a lot of things, but at the same time, there hasn't been much action with the situation. I mean, the fact that we're still sitting here deciding whether or not we want to rip a patch off of our president, like, that's again something that shouldn't be happening in the moment. I think at some point we need to have a vote on a situation when it comes at hand to what's actually going on, not about what we think needs to happen. It kind of came out wrong, but in a sense, we all here have voices at this table, and I do agree with everyone here on their decisions if they're making not this decision to, remove the president. But we could be voting on the situation at hand with the Reapers. right? We all have a voice at this table. It's not about who's in charge or who's not. We all have a voice as a member. And honestly, it has been at times where we're not in things and we're not at this table as much as we should be. But we're here at this present moment, you know, and we're trying to make a decision on that. And if we continue to sit here and argue about who's our president and who's not, then it's never going to happen. We're literally going to be going down a train wreck, because at this point, we're going to have to get a new president, and then we're going to still be sitting here in hand with the Reapers still out there doing their thing.
Another point is what I said earlier, and that's this. We all fuck up. We all make mistakes. Yeah, call us out on our bullshit. But challenging a president over a mistake, I don't think that's right.
It wasn't challenging the president over a mistake. It was challenging the president over his mistake that he did twice in this room, in this table, in front of all of you.
And have you brought that point to him in the past?
No, he showed absolute weakness in his position by asking twice at this table in front of all of you if he should take it off. As opposed to just holding himself accountable to things. Doing and honoring the bylaws. All of that. Really important shit. I don't care what the fucking vote is. I don't expect to lose Winter as president. I'm hoping that we don't lose Winter as president. But I hope this wakes him up, and I hope it wakes you all the fuck up as well. Because there needs to be some change here, folks. A lot of fucking change. And if anybody here doesn't fucking have the fucking cunt or the fucking balls to flap around and make it, then we're fucked.
I would agree that there needs to be some change, but we need the right kind of change.
And this is how you get it. Because the voices that stand here in this moment, as historical as it might be for this club, has pertinent relevance to its future. Because if we continue to do the same shit that we've been doing, and that includes inaction, we are fucked. You are not the last two to be hurt by these dipshits. And I'm tired of looking weak, to be honest with you. And I hope
I'd
y'all
agree
are
with
as well.
that.
Agreed.
Inaction is weakness.
I will say, hearing the few points that have been brought up for the little time I was in here, I do apologize for having to step away. Something I had to handle. Maple brought up a good point about, I don't think this is the time or the place to vote out a president and put in a new one. I think we should hold a vote to remove that 24 hours he put in. And then once things have settled down somewhat from the current tensions that exist with the Reapers, as much as you guys may want to remove Winter and put him in put a new president in, regardless of Winter's through some shit in the past, and I have his back, he has mine, just like he has every single one of your guys' backs. He wants what's best for you, and he wants what's best for the club. And I don't think removing a sitting president while we're debating going to war with another club is, I don't think that's the proper thing for us to do, because that's just going to make us sit here at the table longer and not going to allow us to accomplish anything other than sitting here and talking back and forth and having discussions. Although discussions are necessary for change to happen, like Karma has said, I do also believe that change is necessary. And I know I'm somewhat part of the problem, not being around as much. Try to make time for you guys and try to make time to be here. But that is sometimes difficult for me. And I'm going to start trying to change that and make myself here more, make myself more available to you guys and to be here. But that's not pertinent to now.
Jay, if I may.
You may speak freely.
I hereby rescind my vote of no confidence and my challenge to the patch of the president.
Understood. If someone would like to go grab Winter, since he is a fully patched member, and we'll need him for a vote.
Hey Jay,
What's up?
can I talk to you in private after this?
Yeah, after the vote.
Do you mind if I speak, Jay?
Go for it.
Like I said, we all want change in this club, and like I said, like we had all discussed earlier. Right now, the issue is the Reapers, and whatever change comes on later, we'll deal with. But we need to make this vote, and it needs to be on all of our parts the correct decision on this.
If I may add on to that.
You may.
I do agree that change needs to happen. I think all of us here do. But the biggest issue on hand right now is the Reapers. That needs to be solved before. Because internally, we can solve this anytime we need to. I think our priority right now is dealing with the Reapers, personally.
Exactly. Maple, since you were the one how you can vote.
Whoa. What?
Sorry, say that again, Jay. You were all choppy.
Okay.
Oh,
it wasn't just
lovely.
me.
Yeah, I'm having some head issues. Sorry. You're the one who brought it up. You can bring it to the table for a vote.
Yes. Okay. I put a vote to the table on the cause of removing the 24-hour waiting period that we are having with Reaper's Poison. We feel here at the table that there may be some inaction, and we are looking to fix that in the most less harmful way possible. We are looking to remove the 24-hour hold and move now to attack the Reapers.
I think honestly, before we move to that, we need to cover the first situation of instance relative to the patch of the president instead of being in limbo.
Do you want to cover that, Karma, or?
It's not my position.
I see everyone. I suppose I will inform them. Winter, the vote has been rescinded by Karma. You're good for now. We're gonna have further discussions once tensions have simmered down. Maple, the table is yours once again.
Thank you. With the fact that the Reaper's Poison has treaded on not only us, but our allies as well, and shown a blatant disregard for everybody except themselves, and treating this like it's some sort of game, I feel like 24 hours is too generous. We have 2 members that are injured, one slashed up by identity, and another one shot in the back in cowardice. Myself included, before I even came here, was shot cowardly during a fist fight. I feel personally, and I'm sure there's other people at this table who would agree, that 24 hours is too generous. Over to you guys.
Would anyone else like to further deliberate on this before we go to vote?
I would like to add my 2 cents.
You may speak freely, Karma.
I don't think that telling one group one thing and dishonoring our word is the way to get things done.
If I may add on to that point, they've never honored any deals we've had with them, so why should we honor our deals to them?
So we're
Show
different.
them that we're the bigger people. That we
Amen to that.
hold on our end of the bargain, no matter how many times they haven't held theirs.
Make a comment to make an amend on the vote then, Jeff.
Go for it. Wild card.
I think the vote should switch to war no matter what happens in 24 hours then. And we use the 24 hours we promised them to prepare for it. And as soon as it's up, anything goes.
Maple, I know it's your vote originally. You have anything you want to say in response to that?
I'm in agreement to that, and I can get behind that. It shows us that we still have honor to our word, but it also shows that we are not going to back down from this fight. I'm in agreement.
Anyone else at the table?
I agree to that.
So I'm just asking for clarification here. Are you asking for war no matter what, or for war if they don't hand over the two?
Well, no matter what, after 24 hours.
Okay.
I think in this instance, it's just best because they've wronged us too many times for us to just let them for them to just hand us the two that caused the issues and then just let it go.
Well, and they obviously have not learned from the past either. We had an issue with them at the Yellow Jack. We thought it would. We end up having another issue at the Yellow Jack. Nothing gets done about it. Now we're having issues down at the Vanilla Unicorn. All on either neutral or other gangs' territory. Granted, it's not our territory, but it is our allies' territory. I would agree.
I've tried to be cordial with the Reapers on a couple of occasions, but at this point, I just don't see any reason to be merciful to them.
I look at
Kinda
two of
dug
my
their own
brothers.
hole.
I look at two of my brothers in the state that they're currently in, and they're lucky to be alive. And those fuckers are responsible.
Amen.
Any other further deliberation for the 24 hours and then war vote?
The only thing we got to remember is the water hurts everyone, not just us and them. It hurts everyone. Deals, everything.
Amen.
I'll agree with you on that. It does hurt everyone, but what's the point? We got to stand up. At some point, we got to stand up for ourselves, and we got to make it known that we're not going to just be pushed over and let just one-on-one confrontations just keep happening to where they shoot us in the back or we go and we do the same to them. Not saying we have, but I'm just saying we shouldn't be going tit for tat here, just back and forth like this either. I understand that war is going to hurt us. It's going to hurt them. It's going to hurt anyone else that we get involved with. But we're already hurt as it is currently.
With war comes death.
And that's what I'm afraid of.
So look around the room before you cast that vote. And if that person to your side or that's in front of you, you can't bear to not have them in your life, then you should probably vote otherwise. Because it's going to happen.
Can I say something, Jay?
You may.
I see the sides of both arguments. And as much as I would love to say, yeah, we'll wait 24 hours and then go to war with Reapers no matter what, at the same time, it's a hard topic because I look around, I look at all of you. I've been with you, all of you, for as long as I can remember. And if we went to war and lost anyone at this table, it would crush me for the rest of my life, knowing that because we voted yes to go to war, I forever lost a brother or a sister at this table who has put time and effort into this club. I know they've wronged us, and there's no looking back from that. But personally, I don't need to do another funeral because of a war.
Do you mind if I speak?
Table's open for free discussion on this topic.
Obviously, all of you know that I'm pregnant, okay? So my vote stands as what I've already decided. But at the same time, I'm standing here and have my vote already decided, but it's very disheartening to know that every time I leave this clubhouse that I have to worry about a group that is constantly putting a target on our backs. We've been nice with them, and look what happened to Chaz. We've been nice, look what's happened to Scout. We've tried to be as nice as we could to them. We've even said we've had friendly discussions with them, and yet we stand here and Chaz died, if Scout got hurt, and yet any one of us could be next. So no matter what decision we make, if we make this decision to start a war, someone can get hurt. If we don't make this decision, someone's going to get hurt. But do we end it, or do we let it keep going on? Because at the end of the day, my concern is my child. And that's the only concern I have right now. All of you, obviously I care about you and I want no one to get hurt, but I have to put myself before everyone else.
This is what's called putting yourself in between a rock and a hard place. Because there's two decisions we could make. A vote of a yes, vote of a no. And it seems no matter what the outcome will be, whether we want to or not go to war with the Reapers, it seems that they will not learn and they will continue. As much as their cabinet and their officers have said, "Oh, we'll take care of the situation. Oh, we're aware. We'll handle it. I promise." Their sergeant told me that directly today. It still happens. Still happens, whether we're in the county or the city. They manage to find us. They manage to take action, even if we don't do anything.
If I may speak.
It's free discussion. Go for
it. I don't know if it's a targeting thing. I think my personal opinion is they're a bunch of reckless meth heads who just act on impulse to create chaos and watch it unfold for their own sick entertainment. And I think by not going to war, we're not going to teach them the lesson that they can't get away with that shit anymore. I think we need to put fear into their hearts, saying, "No, don't fuck with us anymore."
We should probably move to the vote before too long, though, unless there's something else other people need to say.
So, before we make the vote official, I just want to make sure we're all clear, all concise, and we all understand what we're voting for. Is to go to war with them within the next 24 hours, correct? Or to go to war with them after 24 hours has passed, regardless of how they handle the situation at hand.
I believe it's the second option.
Is there any objections for a 24-hour hold?
Speak up, press.
Is there any objections for a 24-hour hold?
To wait 24 hours or do it within 24?
To wait.
You gave your word. I'm okay with waiting 24 hours.
Yeah.
I gave my word out of anger and emotion, so I apologize for that.
It's still your word.
I'm fine with waiting 24 hours and then going to war.
I'm not asking for y'all to vote right now. I'm asking if we all understand and we all know what the vote's going to be for. That's what I'm asking.
I understand.
I understand.
I just want to say one last thing. I'm listening to everybody's conversation here, and you all make very good points. I don't know if any of you have been in a battle, and I'm not talking about a street fight, but an actual battle. It changes a person. Okay?
That it does.
Mentally, physically, forever. A battle is not just, hey, a couple months, or war, I should say, is not for a couple months and then we're all good. It's a lifetime thing, because the real war starts within yourself. learning how to turn off the switch. And just like y'all said, look at the person to the left of you, look at the person to the right to you. There's a good chance in the coming months, if this goes through, we could be burying that person. I don't take war very lightly, but if it is what Lost as a whole wants to do, then you guys vote it. And that's what we'll do. But just remember, the coming months, it's not going to be the hard part. The hard part is the after effects. The people we've lost, the battles within yourself, the relationships that will be damaged, not maybe, will be damaged in this conflict, will be the hard part. Fighting is easy. It's always been easy for me. It's the after effect. That's all I've got to say. If you guys wanted to cast your vote, you can go ahead and do it.
Pardon my confusion. Are we voting now?
Yes,
Dan.
all in favor of war after 24 hours, say aye.
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 I love all of you. Aye.
Any opposed, say nay.
Nay.
Nah.
As it currently stands, there are more yays than nays. The club has been informed, and there's further voting that is going to happen. Once all the votes are in, I will be making an announcement through the email system, and everyone will be informed as it currently stands. It seems like we are going to be going to war. Prepare yourselves, prepare your families. If you need places to hide, Chaps and I have places throughout the state that can hide you, hide your family, hide your loved ones, hide your valuables, anything like that. We're really close with the homeless community. Don't be afraid of them. They're not going to hurt you guys. We give them free food